Here with the man with the plan, my man
up?
Darius Coit,
What's up with you,
CEO of Draco Promotions. What's good there?
Also known as A.K.O.Y.E. media.
A.K.O.Y.E, yeah, I forgot
looking
this.
for it. He don't like saying my handle, but
No,
yeah,
I'm
only messing with you.
You branching out, man.
Yeah, that's facts.
All right. August 24th,
Yeah.
big show at the Met.
Yeah.
Your headliner was supposed to be A.K.O.Y.E versus Chris Colbert.
Yep.
Colbert pulled out. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, he said he broke his hand. He sent us a doctor's note showing that there was like a hairline fracture in his left hand. I'll give you, because see, you know, obviously as a promoter, you want things to go the way you want them to go. But as an advisor or as just like a person that understands the landscape, when you look at it career-wise, and it's not a knock on him, if he were to lose this fight against Nair, that would be bad for his career, obviously, right? And Nair is not a guy that's just gonna walk in there and just gonna, whoop him. You know what I mean? So career-wise, it's probably a better play for Colbert if he wasn't in this fight. I'm just being honest with you, because after the loss, to come back and take on a guy like a Nair Albright is a bold move, and Colbert, as he's shown in his career, is a very bold man, right? But I think that hairline fracture may be like the voice of reason, or the universe giving him a voice of reason, so to speak. Whomever may have suggested it, or if it really did happen, I don't know. I don't care. But that might be what's best for him, to be honest with you, based on who he was up against in that type of fight. It wasn't an easy win for him. If he were to win, he would have had to pull that out. And so with Nair, it was a tough fight for both guys.
If fans wanted that fight, why should they still come August 24th?
Well, we still got, see, that's the thing. The way we've structured this, we still got B.Y. Jennings coming back after 5 years. That's going to be major for the heavyweight division. We still got the Grandy twins on this card. There's plenty of Philly talent. And if you are supporting Philadelphia in regards to the way we supported Boots and so on, Philly seems like it's on the map right now when it comes to boxing. If you're supporting that type of movement, then you should be there just for that aspect. But remember that we structured this a little differently. So you've never seen what we're about to show you when it comes to like Gilly or Wallow doing the commentary and the ring work and so on. We're trying to take boxing and kind of turn it on its head and do something different with it, because we want to blend those types of markets, man. It's not just the boxing enthusiasts that we want here. We want everybody to feel like they can come out in Philly, have a good time, and enjoy themselves. And I've been going to fights. Like, shout out to Danny Garcia and their show they just did at 2300. Shout out to Boots and those guys. Their show was dope too. The energy for boxing in Philadelphia right now is hot, you know what I mean? So that's why people should be there. And then from there, the things that we're ushering in, there's major networks that are starting to talk to us now that are in play. So the things we're ushering in right now, you definitely want to be there for the beginning, you know what I mean? That's why you will still come.
Speaking of Chris Colbert was in line to face Gervonta Davis if he would beat Rayo Valenzuela.
Right.
But now Tank looks like he's without an opponent because Vasyl Lomanchenko has left negotiations.
Right.
I guess due to, just wanting to just be at home, focus on his family.
Yeah.
Or if there's an underlying reason, I don't know.
Right.
Is that a duck, D?
Is it a duck for Lomo?
Yeah.
I would say, see, I hate the word, because it could be a duck. When you decide not to fight a guy, it's always a duck. A duck is a duck, right? But sometimes a duck is smart. You know what I mean? I don't get mad at people for doing what's in their best interest. You know what I mean? I expect you to. So if Lomo looked at it where maybe the money don't add up a certain way that he wants to, or you're looking at it like this, hey, I might get a certain amount that I asked for from a Tank, but I got this deal over here where I can fight 3 or 4 ducks. You see what Canelo doing right now, you know what I mean? Is he dunking Benavidez? If I can get the same money for fighting 3 or 4 ducks over here and then still come back and get this major payday, I might take that versus taking a major payday, losing, and never being able to accumulate that money from the ducks after that. You know what I'm saying? So you fight the ducks first, and then you finish it off with the major payday. That's the way it goes, man. And that's the way boxing has always been for those who move intelligently in the game. You do have your guys that don't care because of the way they came, and I respect those more, but because of the way they came up in the game, they never had the blue chip lane handed to them in the first place, so they never were afforded the opportunity to duck. Like your Pacquiao, Pacquiao don't duck because he never had, he wasn't the guy. He had to build it by fighting those guys like Barrera and Morales and those. He fought those guys, and now he's that guy. Danny Garcia is a homegrown version of that. They would put him in fights to technically lose. They weren't putting him in with Amir Khan because they thought he was going to mess up the Amir Khan money. They didn't put him in even with Morales because Morales was on a climb at that point coming back, and Garcia derailed that. You know what I'm saying? So those types of fights are fights that you got to go in and win. And when you got those types of guys that can do that, then they get that warrior stamp because they have to go through that gauntlet and they can't duck because everybody that they fight are either A-side or guys that they're put in to lose against, and then they overcome it. Like Bernard and Felix Trinidad, they already had Trinidad name on the trophy. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, those guys don't get the credit or get the moniker for being guys that duck because they can't duck because everybody they fight, they have to. Whereas when you have that opportunity to sit on the A side or sit on the side where you are equal in the negotiating table, when you decide that something isn't best for your career, it's always going to get looked at like a duck, but that's because you have that length, you know what I mean? And Lomo's one of those guys.